welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I create follow-along stretching videos for beginners, so if you would like a reminder every Friday to stretch, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Today we'll be doing stretches for cyclists. It is so important to remember to stretch. When we stretch, it helps us sit more comfortably and reverse any strain on our joints during cycling. With this routine, we'll really focus on opening up our chest, shoulders, and back, and then move on to our hips, glutes, and hamstrings. Without further ado, let's get started.
We'll start off this routine in a child's pose, spreading our knees out to the sides of the mat as we extend our arms forward, resting our upper bodies against the mat as we slowly open up our shoulders. Next, we'll lift onto our fingertips and gently shift from one side to the other side. Think about pressing your armpit down towards the ground to feel the opening on each shoulder. Next, with our right fingertips extended, we'll shift our left hand back and continue to press our right armpit towards the ground, feeling the opening on one side. We'll repeat this on the next side, with our left fingertips extended and our right hand next to our sides as we press our left armpit towards the mat. Hold and breathe into the stretch. Next, we'll do a thread the needle stretch by threading our right hand through the opening on the left side and resting our shoulders against the mat. You should feel a twist on the sides of your body as well as an opening in your upper back. Hold and breathe. Upper body stretches are great for cyclists, especially since we're sitting in a hunched position for long periods of time. On the next breath, slowly lift yourself up and we'll repeat this stretch on the next side, threading our left arm through the right side and resting our shoulder against the ground. You should feel a deep stretch on the upper part of your back. Continue to breathe. Think about actively pressing your shoulder against the mat to deepen the stretch. Slowly lift yourself up. Next, we'll be doing a few cat and cows, inhaling as we lift our chest and our gaze up towards the ceiling, then exhaling, drawing our belly buttons towards our tailbones. Repeating this 2 more times by pressing our chest forward and up, then exhaling, rounding out as much as we can to create a C shape with our spines. One more time here, following your breath. Next, we'll draw 3 circles with our hips. Then 3 circles in the opposite direction. Repeating on the next side, drawing 3 hip circles in one direction and 3 circles in the other direction. Now, we'll slowly lower ourselves down into a half cobra. Placing our forearms against the mat as we inhale, and on the exhale, pressing our chest forward and up towards the ceiling. Thinking about engaging your shoulder blades and squeezing the entire way. Repeating this a few more times. Inhale, releasing, and exhale, pressing your chest forward and up, feeling your upper back muscles engage. One more time here, following your breath. Next, we'll add a gentle twist. Keeping our shoulder blades engaged, we'll shift our gaze back towards our butt. Noticing how the stretch moves as you look from one side to the other side. Exhale as you turn back. Next, we'll lower ourselves down and bring our fingers out to the sides of the mat, extending onto our fingertips. As we squeeze our shoulder blades together, think about engaging your shoulder blades to lift your chest off the mat. Go as little or as far as you'd like into this back bend. Gently lowering ourselves down. We'll repeat this 2 more times as we add a twist. Extending up by squeezing our shoulder blades. Then twisting one shoulder down towards the mat as we slowly lower ourselves down, feeling a very deep stretch in one shoulder. We'll rest for a little bit before we repeat the stretch on the next side. Now we'll extend our fingertips, engaging our backs as we lift our chest up. Twisting our right shoulder down towards the mat and looking to the left as we slowly lower ourselves down. Feeling a deep stretch on our right shoulder. For the next stretch, we'll clasp our fingertips together and place it on the back of our necks, pressing our elbows towards the mat to feel the stretch in our armpits. Holding here for a bit as we continue to breathe. Next, we'll clasp our hands behind our backs, drawing our shoulder blades together. You may hold here or deepen the stretch by lifting your chest off the mat, continuing to squeeze your shoulder blades. Gently release. Next, we'll extend our left hand and roll onto the sides of our body. Bring our knees towards our chest. We'll use your right hand to reach for our left arm, only going as far as you can. Feeling a deep stretch in your chest, your upper back, and maybe your lower back in this position. We'll gently extend our legs and repeat on the other side. Extending our right arm as we turn to the sides of our bodies. Bringing our knees closer towards our chest will help you feel the stretch in your lower back. If our knees are a little bit lower, we'll feel the stretch in our chest and our upper back. And reach behind, only going as far as you can. Now we'll extend our legs and gently push back into a child's pose. Resting here for a few breaths. Now we'll move into tabletop position and extend one leg out to the side, flexing our feet up towards the ceiling. You should feel the stretch in your inner thighs. Holding here for just one breath. And now we'll walk our hands towards the extended leg, feeling the stretch deepen in your inner thighs and groin. We'll repeat this 2 more times, going at your own speed. Notice how the stretch changes as you walk towards your leg. If you can't walk your hands as far, that's okay. Just walk it over as little or as much as you would like, really listening to how your body is feeling. Repeating this 1 more time. Now we'll move on to the next side. Just shifting over here so that you can see. We'll extend our other leg, flexing our foot so that our toes point upwards. Feeling the stretch in our inner thighs, holding here and breathing. And then we'll begin to walk our hands towards our extended leg. Notice how the stretch feels. We'll repeat this 2 more times. One side may be more tight than the other side, and that's normal. Make sure to hold a little bit longer on the side that's more difficult for you. We'll repeat this 1 more time, walking our hands towards our extended leg and breathing, keeping our backs nice and flat. Now we'll bring our legs in and shift forward into a low lunge. Make sure to have our knees stacked above our ankles and think about pressing our hips down towards the ground and forward, holding on to yoga blocks as needed. We'll add a gentle twist here by turning over to the right side and using our right hand to press down against our left butt, feeling the stretch a little bit deeper in the left hip. Being in a seated position shortens our hip flexors, so it's very important to stretch them out. Now we'll bring both palms on the inside of our leg and gently walking our right foot to the side for a lizard pose. Feeling a deep stretch on the inside of our hips. If you'd like, you can walk your hands down onto your forearms, holding and breathing into this stretch. Breathe and hold this stretch. This should feel amazing to reset our hips, especially after cycling. the next breath, we'll walk ourselves up, placing our right arm on our back leg and extending our left hand up over our heads for just one breath. Now we'll bring our hands down onto the mat and straighten out our right leg for a hamstring stretch. Breathe and hold this stretch. Keeping our backs flat. Again, holding onto yoga blocks if this is helpful for you. Think about keeping your hips aligned and bringing your stomach towards your thigh rather than reaching for your toes. Now we'll repeat on to the next side by bringing our left leg forward, making sure that our knee is aligned with our ankle. Think about pressing our right hip down and forward, feeling a lengthening in our right hips. We'll gently turn towards the left side, using our left hand to press down against our right butt. This helps to deepen the stretch in our right hip. Next, we'll place our hands on the inside of our legs as we walk our feet towards the edge of the mat, remaining here or rolling our feet out to the side for a lizard pose. You can hold the stretch here or gradually walk down onto your forearms to feel a deeper stretch in the inner hips. Now we'll bring our left hand onto our back leg as we stretch our right arm up and over for a breath. Now we'll bring our hands down and move into a hamstring stretch, straightening out our left leg. Using yoga blocks really helps here so that you can focus on keeping your back straight and lengthening through the hamstrings. Inhale, and on each exhale, try to bring your stomach a little bit closer towards your thigh. Now we'll shift our weight forward and tuck our toes as we press back into a downward dog, pedaling out our feet. For downward facing dog, continue to press your upper body against the mat, feeling the stretch in our shoulders. It's okay if your heels aren't able to touch the ground at this point. Continue to pedal out. We'll add a single-legged calf stretch, placing our left leg on our right ankle, feeling the stretch in one calf. Holding here for just a breath before repeating on the other side. We'll extend our left leg straight and place our right leg on top of our left ankle, feeling the stretch in our calf. This is a nice one since our calves tend to get tight when we're cycling. Next, we'll gently press back onto our heels with our feet tucked to stretch out our feet. If this is too difficult for you, you can shift your weight off of your heels for a more gentle stretch. For the final part of the stretch, we'll be doing a pigeon pose. If you're not able to do a pigeon pose, you can do a figure 4 stretch with your back against the mat in the preview above. If you'll be doing the pigeon pose today, think about pressing your left hip down towards the mat. It may help to use a pillow underneath your right hip to keep both hip points aligned. Hold and breathe, feeling your hip flexors open. If this feels comfortable for you, you can walk your hands down onto your forearms, resting and breathing into this stretch. You have the option to extend your arms forward, resting your forehead against the mat. Remember, only go as far as you can. We'll be holding the pigeon pose a little bit longer than the other stretches in this routine to really open up our hips. This is especially important after cycling, when we're sitting in one position for a prolonged period of time. Holding for one more breath here. And now we'll repeat the stretch on the other side. Gently moving the pillow out of the way and shifting into a plank position. Now we'll swing our left leg out to the front. Placing the pillow underneath our left hip to keep our hips in a straight line. Continue to hold this stretch, choosing to stay on your hands or making your way down onto your forearms if you would like. Really listening to your body to tell you how far you should go. Again, you can do the figure 4 stretch if the pigeon pose doesn't feel good for you today. Taking one more breath here, and we'll make our way into a seated position. And we're done this routine.
I hope that you enjoyed these stretches for cyclists. If you enjoyed this routine, make sure that you're subscribed to this channel. Give me a like and let me know in the comments if this was helpful for you. Stretch again soon. Bye.